Hello, everybody. I am the player Phoenix, and today we are continuing our recording session of information on Stellaris, on 3.1.1 to be exact. I'm here with my friend Castle.
Hello, I'm Castle Oblivion. I don't have anything on YouTube. I really don't have any social media presence or anything, so I'm just a friend who likes to play video games and teach people how to play said video games.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine from high school. He's finally been able to talk. And we both enjoy Stellaris, and I want to put this out because I'm an old dog, and there's new people wanting to try Stellaris since it's so popular and it's still getting updated to this day, if I'm correct, right?
Oh yes, they are updating.
And some people are probably just hopping in for the first time. This game is 6 years old, mind you, and some people don't understand how it was before and what to do. Besides looking at some other people, which are probably outdated by a few years, and that's a big change over the years, am I correct?
Pretty big changes over the years, yeah. I know that there was one really big revolutionary change where they completely altered how warfare worked.
Yeah, that was the one we changed. If I'm correct, it was changing from war conquer to war exhaust.
Yeah. We can obviously argue all day about all of the long-term changes that the game has gone through, about whether or not they were good or not. I would just in general say that the changes that they're making are generally in a positive direction.
Yeah, remind this is 6 years old game. It's basically like Dead by Daylight, but more geared to builders and strategists.
I'd bet you darn near anything that this is older than Dead by Daylight, but I also don't really know.
They're both in the same 2016.
Really? Okay, interesting.
Yeah, which is shocking. But yes, this is a 2016 game.
This is a 2016 game. Paradox is really good at making their games last forever. Yeah, to be fair,
due to current uplifting with Activision, they're getting the hammer as well.
Oh, great.
Which they do keep the content, but don't let the other things, don't let the Activision thing bother you unless you are into that or just want to watch gaming news. Is up to you.
Fair enough.
But anyways,
I'm going to
again.
Yep, I'm going to bring it to speed 2. For clarification, we were just kind of leaving it on slow speed just so that we can have at least a little bit of progress.
Excavation, archaeology.
Awesome. So the only things that really happened, from what I understood, really only happened to me.
Oh, outside. This one's outside of my empire. Oh, that's a shame.
I'm not doing espionage to you. What are you talking about?
Are archaeologists only restricted within your borders? Because I've got one that said
yes. So archaeological sites can happen anywhere, but can only be excavated if they're in your borders. In fact, it'll tell you if you try to excavate it that it needs to be within your borders.
Well, I guess I changed my plan around. Let's just right down the solar. Are they moving planets now? Or I just
say again?
Are the planets moving, or is it just standstill? That's what we're saying.
Planets rotate, I believe, in their systems. Yes.
I don't remember. They always stuck in one place. If I remember correctly, in the old days.
I honestly do not remember if that was changed. I think it was.
I gotta bring my.
Pretty sure.
I gotta bring to my fleet to my spaceship, my star.
Oh shit! Hi, I only have 2 surplus of food. I gotta fix that. Plus, I have some unemployment, so I can use that to fix it. Okay, so the only changes, as I was kind of saying, mostly happened to me. I think I had like 2 events popped up. Those rebels that I had on my planet were kind of just eliminated
from the past session.
From the past session.
Research complete.
They just got crushed, pretty much.
Find research finding for research to be increased.
I have a new faction that just recently showed up here.
What is there? Yeah. Pissed they hate you, or they like you?
So this faction hates me. 29% approval rating. It's the Council of Advanced Sciences.
Wow, scientists.
It's the. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. They're materialist. I don't have materialist values going on right now. In fact, I'm not against materialism in this run. It's more so that I'm not focusing on it at all.
Well, of course, it's just for educational reasons.
Yeah. So right now, for my scientist faction, I have AI workers outlawed. That is purely because of the fact that my workers need to actually be like people.
Basically.
in my lore, so to speak. It's nothing huge. To a lot of people, I'm sure that's probably triggering. I know transhumanists are very picky about that, but it's fine. I don't really care right now about them, so I'm not going to allow them. Plus, robot workers get confusing to me.
Well, I maxed out my fleet, but I still haven't increased my sprawl.
Yeah, you need to fix that. I'm actually at 70 out of 70 now, and I need to fix it soon.
So what I can do now, I have the center in the colony,
You need
but
to
what do I need
keep building administrative offices. So the thing that's kind of going to get annoying in early game, and I'm wondering if they're going to try to fix this somehow, but I don't know. Early game, you're going to be making a shit ton of administrative offices until you find the technology that lets you upgrade it. I mean,
Oh,
Nanite
planetary
crystal
administration,
lattice-
I can upgrade that right now. Oh wow. No, I can't.
very
no,
good.
I can't. No. So
No,
what
never
can
mind.
I do with what I have?
I would
Or-
just keep building administrative offices until you can't.
So building offices in my other planet then?
So if you have no building slots left, the two ways, which you do need obviously a building slot to make administrative offices, the two ways are to actually build a city district or to increase your capital building for planetary administration or what have you. Important note, there are a couple, I think they're only traditions. I don't know if there's any technologies that have
I got
affected.
one
There
to
are.
reduce it. I got one.
Yes. So there is a couple of technologies that actually give you more. I'm pretty sure they give you more.
I guess I'm playing right. So build.
Something like
So for me, I only have 2 spaces on my capital planet. Put 1 city district then, and an office. That'd be it.
If you have a building slot open,
System
don't worry about it.
complete.
Don't worry about that.
If you have a building slot open, use your administrative offices. If you need a building slot, you can build a city district. That'll increase the number of building spots you have. Hey, I have a new faction. All right, let's pause a little bit while I look at this.
That sounds fair.
All right, the
But I'll-
Sathori Star Church, a mega church. Oh,
Why you
boy.
got spiritualists with this right now?
Militarist, fanatic, spiritualist. How would my
How's that
civilization
work?
think about that? They're ruthless capitalists. Oh.
Your favorite.
So one thing about AI, obviously this isn't something you can see, so I'll keep it short and simple for now, until I give you this. But they actually have a very straightforward and words are hard.
Just-
Pretty straightforward how they describe how the AI acts. Ruthless capitalists, it basically says that they are trying to make money however they can, regardless of
Yep.
your
Old
feelings.
fashion capitalism. Yep.
Oh yeah, there's peaceful traders. There's other versions of it where they just want, whatever they can get. But
For me, if you're like me or max at the sprawl, you can go out of your sprawl, but it will hinder some of your progress.
currently 72 out of 70. The big three, the big two really, that they mess with, that going over your sprawl messes with, is it increases the cost for your technology, meaning it's slower for you to get technology, and it's slower for you to get new traditions.
Which is basically
So those are two really big things, but also it doesn't affect it that much.
As long as you're like in the hundreds, then it will affect you.
Once you start
Unless you
getting
get- unless
like
you're closer to the
50s
cap,
to
but-
hundreds, then it's going to start actually affecting how much you can do with them.
Well, I think
my-
we're sprawl. I think they should limit the sprawl down. Since I don't know how to conquer, since they're just conquering lanes and some stars.
So administrative capacity actually does make sense that they would increase pretty heavily, especially on planets, but also somewhat on lanes, because you do need to communicate what's happening on those star platforms, or I forget what they're called now. Here, you can take this,
Incoming
have fun.
transmission.
There you go.
What are they called now? Star bases, I guess. Whatever.
Star bases, those are just defenses. No.
Basically, if you think about it logically, the people that are working on that starbase would have to communicate paperwork, what's happening, just in general, they would have to work on those star bases to make sure that those borders actually work. So having
increases star base increases the sprawl.
I do think that they have a little bit much. How much sprawl it gives you, but that's obviously probably a balancing decision.
Balancing or by luck. It's very particular. Because in another session I did, but not recording, but personally, I got upgraded my things. It didn't increase my thing. Or should have. I don't know for sure.
Maybe. All right. So now that you actually can see them, correct? The Sathori Star Church.
So I'm just upgrading my stuff here. What do they say? Not quite. No.
Oh! I didn't even connect the dots.
Oh,
this is a DLC character.
Explain why.
It's a corporate authority.
Oh.
Okay, so basically, I forget what the names of the DLC are.
DLC for some people.
Basically, this is a mega corporation. These are the people where the corporations took over the government and completely made a mega corporation.
Dystopia.
Cyberpunk 2077, basically.
Those are fuck up, but it's still good.
Well, most
just
idea.
Don't go in depth with that. We're just basically jokes here.
Fine.
So I know you go nuts with that.
Listen, I am politically opinionated, and I understand that. Okay, in this specific instance, the Sathori Star Church is a mega church. A mega church is basically what happens when a mega corporation becomes very, very spiritually.
That's gotta be weird to say that. That's gonna be weird.
The government is an oligarchy, which means that a small number of people.
That's a democracy.
Not quite.
No,
democracy
but it's within the range of democracy.
It's in the range, yes. It's an oligarchy based on a curious blend of commercial and spiritualistic values, in which the positions of ordained minister and corporate officer have merged into a single role. So basically, head of church is the same thing as a corporate officer, meaning like someone really high up in the corporation, which is the same thing as the president, basically. It even says here that it's very curious, and it's something that's kind of odd because usually you have to be some form of materialist to be a corporation, or you don't have to game-wise, but like
some traits
logically,
some traits lead to it. Basically,
yeah. But logically, you'd think, oh, you're materialist if you're going to be a mega corporation, but no. In this case, they're very, 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 very spiritualist. I am probably going to try to vassalize them.
Which he likes the tendency to do so.
Oh well, yes.
He does vassalization. I do appease their needs while keeping underneath my wing.
Yes, well, I do it all in one go. Vassalize them so they can continue to grow on their own, but they're under my control. And eventually, if I want to, I'll annex them.
Which he likes to do, but not this run.
Yes, that was exactly what I was going to say next. Usually, I would just annex them, make them part of my empire, take all their land, take their take their land, take their space, whatever. But in this specific run, I am not going to be annexing people very often. And the reason why is because I am a feudal kingdom.
Which likes the roleplay.
Which means, yes, of course, I'm going to roleplay my character. Which means that I'm basically not going to actually annex them. I'm going to make them my vassal by military means or diplomatically if I can, whatever. Probably militarily. And I'm just going to leave them as a vassal. I forget what actually... Let me check something real quick.
Well, can you at least put on play a little bit so we can get some
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that it was on pause. My bad.
That's fine. It's gonna be slow because we're just informing but also playing.
Yeah. Okay, so my feudal society bonus is that power relations with my subjects aren't hindered as much by my military power.
Ready. Let's see. Start base upgrades reduced by 20%. New colonies start with additional population, or start a new one in general. Or I can get myself free to pump resource output increased by 5, or add more seed districts, which I probably won't do to do that.
Okay. Referring to something that happened last session,
Go ahead.
I was wondering why someone went from like 500 power to like 5,000 power and like almost shot down my ship. It didn't. What actually happened was that the how do you describe this?
And there's
The-
a
the-
checkpoint there.
The little. That's fine.
I got claim. I got claims there before you do.
Where?
I'm at the far side, the far right.
I don't even have access to there yet. So
No,
you're
no,
good.
that's why I have to. Because I need to get off this spiral. At least have a choke point.
Oh, I won't be taking that either. That's fine.
Construct Empire sprawl is a measure of the
Should've
territory.
Ah, yes,
Accomplish.
spiral issues, which is fine because I expect that.
Yeah,
Because-
I'm going over my sprawl right now, but I don't really have a way to fix it. So
I mean, honestly, if in default, I think they should increase this. I think to like not 50, like a cap of maybe like 60 by default.
System survey.
Because in my mind, there are going to be people going to expand, and also you start with like 31 sprawl at the default with one of your stars, which does not make sense to me.
I do agree that I think early game sprawl right now is kind of odd and kind of in the way.
Or
Especially
if
because-
later down the line, like if you conquer like another empire, then sprawl becomes a problem.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I go to war quick the moment I can, basically.
Sure.
And if I think I can win,
Which he has a tendency to do because he knows how to beat the people.
yes, of course. But the problem was that I would take
Construction
over like entire empires in one go using my vassalization cheese,
Situation log.
where I would just
update.
vassalize them in one war and then just annex them over time. The annexation ended up going pretty darn quick, and I ended up having like twice my sprawl or something like that because
Special
they were
project
moving
complete.
fast enough that like
Oh,
Regardless.
I got it's Alta aliens discovered.
the Moo aliens have been discovered.
Alta aliens, not moon ass.
I have
Construction
Moo.
complete.
I think that the names are different between
Let's
empires.
see
Don't quote me.
where did I discover this? Is this an empire or an alien? Uh-oh, looks like an empire.
Let's see here.
That's an empire. Pause it. That's an empire. Oh yeah, that's an empire. That's an empire
Hey,
ship.
it's another reptilian. That's not great. It's just a science ship, which means that they're still going to be a little bit farther away.
But
But
that
that's
doesn't mean they'll be close to your borders. And that
it won't be
is-
super close. Yes.
Yeah, that is a spaceship. Oh, great. So we're near an
Oh, yeah.
empire. We're near an empire. Where I am, we're
Yeah, we have
in the
we have
Zaphod
s-
system where I am is an empire near.
a pretty decent number of empires going around in the galaxy right now, so it wouldn't be too surprising.
So I need
Um,
to go and conquer that choke point immediately now.
You mean Dongar?
No, that's yours. I mean, I gotta conquer my
Yeah, I was
area
gonna say.
because I
How
need
come
I need
I
to
still
conquer
can't see?
I need to conquer Libya where mine is to access the choke point.
And what the hell's the point of an embassy?
But I also need to conquer that. Which is a pain in the ass because it's so many stars. It's a lot of influence, which is gonna suck.
Yeah, a little bit.
How much influence is this gonna take? 472 influence to get to this point and conquer that choke point. But if you
Yeah.
not know, it depends on your player. But for me, I have the mindset that if you discover an alien empire, you need to go get your choke points immediately, or you'll be stuck in the corner to face a cold
So-
war.
I don't have too much of a concern with that because I have a very confident military.
But that's you.
So I can kind of just push them back to where I feel comfortable with my borders whenever I want to.
Or also warmongers. We want to take them out. We
I
want to take
mean,
the
yeah.
entire thing immediately.
Like I said, this is going to be kind of a weird run for me because it's going to be like pseudo warmongery for me, where I'm going to want to go to war, but I'm not going to want to like integrate y'all, if that makes sense.
I gotta increase energy.
Oh,
This
good
is
to know.
only-
My scientists are even more mad at me now for some reason.
That's nice.
Oh, because I don't have research treaties with at least 3 people.
But yeah, only
No.
you OP software.
I don't think it matters. I think you need all of them or none of them. You know what I
There
mean?
goes 400 influence.
I mean, I'm still gonna see actually here. Can I recall you maybe?
Well, I
Nothing.
spent
Find
400
it where-
influence already to conquer that area.
No, poo, whatever. 50.
But once I can do so, I can do some waving cheap movement for influence. Hello.
Hmm.
Following set undefined Zillions are forced to vacate around and highlight state of redness as pure standard protocol. Intelligent analyze
Special project complete.
what little data we have on the boogie. It appears that hyperspace travel is often comes, so we have an alien empire. We have an alien empire.
Probably, yeah. Well, we knew that.
Well, because they saw the ship, that's why.
I'm currently, by the way, doing amoeboid pacification. I don't know if I said that between sessions
No, you did not.
or not.
Because you don't want to explore, you don't want to exploit too much.
Yeah, my basic logic is basically just that
You
there's
gotta-
no need.
Construction
You gotta say
complete.
They're wild
You gotta
Yeah,
learn to fail.
The amoeboids in my RP opinion basically are just roaming cattle. We don't need to worry about them. We don't need to fight them. The fact that we have a way that we can figure out how to coexist with them is totally perfect. Let them be them. Let us continue what we want. As long as they don't, present themselves as a problem, then it'll be fine.
Mostly.
I now own the Dengar system. Who is this?
See, that's not me.
Oh, the space amoeboids are getting pissed at me because I don't have them pacified yet. Oh, I see what you're doing, you little dingus. So this Star Church peoples, I don't know if you can see it,
Complete.
but they're trying to like cut me off, which
Oh,
I'm not
your
gonna
contact.
I don't.
Well, you may have lost them. Just so keep contacting them, though. Ooh.
Can we? Thank you.
Should we do form an agreement so they won't? Should we form some agreements? Let's see.
Yeah, we can. If you have the envoys for it, I'm using all my envoys right now, unfortunately.
I have
If
one.
you wanna send
I
me-
have one available.
If you can send an envoy to me to improve relations, yeah, then you can start asking for defense pack, commercial research, migration treaty, etc., etc.
Because
Actually, we already.
we're both just playing this and informing, so we are
System
one,
survey
but
complete.
we also play differently.
I mean, also in my RP, it's basically that you were the first aliens that we ever met, and because of that, we didn't really have that immediate need to vassalize you. We just kind of thought, hey, let's figure out how this is, make some friends before we get our stuff in too deep. And now we're such good friends already that we're kind of just like, we're buds. I like the fact that your fleet power is superior to me only because I haven't been building mine.
Well, because I do it, because just in case alien in piracy comes.
Fair. Ooh, I seized a vessel.
But if you don't know what I mean, I got spiraled up.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Hold on, pause.
Okay.
I was wrong. Vessel seized. Our explorers knew the first contact would be a dangerous affair, but none could have predicted just how true this would be. In a violent assault, the Mu aliens seized our vessel, landing a boarding party before. Yeah, okay, so they're basically bad people. So one of the things that you can do is, I forget what it's specifically called. Let me see here.
I'm gonna check my faction.
First contact protocol, that's what it is. So the aggressive first contact protocol. Basically, what you can do is you can forcibly steal ships and whatnot so that you can, how would you say it? You can forcibly steal ships so that you can more quickly understand the opponent, which is what just happened to me. I've never been on the receiving end of that before, where someone actually was successfully hijacked one of my ships, essentially. Which is really friggin'
I
annoying.
gotta check my factions. We got more things to worry about.
Yeah. So they just stole one of my ships.
Extending influence, dominate a subject nation, so we want to conquer a person to vassalize. I'm guessing. Indirect demonology. Pass a study on
Research
native
complete.
influence will please the common associate. Yeah, no, you're not. I'm not doing that.
Wow.
Afterburners. Increase my speed.
Us. That's so friggin' annoying.
We're getting closer. We're getting slightly closer.
All right. Yeah. Just to reiterate what happened, they stole my science ship and killed the leader on that science ship.
Yep, basically happens. Okay, so what we got for the Imperial first strike, we have a local rivalry, an Imperial hemorrhage.
Yes. This was something that I was kind of doing while I was talking about it last session.
Huh.
Talking about the issues and like trying to keep them.
Yeah, you talk about the
happy.
issues. Yeah, you talk about that. Keep it so like if it's just you don't have to go in depth, just refresh here and there.
So, in order to keep it simple and quick, the factions of the ethics that you like. So in your case,
just keep just do a specific fact. We don't have to go all of them.
so yeah, just to be simple, like if you like your material, or sorry, not materialist. We like our
Complete.
we love our military faction because that's what we are. We're military peoples. So that's the faction we want high approval with and high support with. Also, because I think you have the same ethics as me, we want the militarist, the xenophile, and authoritarian
System
factions.
survey
Those are the
complete.
ones we want to keep happy, while everyone else we want to either keep unhappy or suppress.
Basic sense.
So you can kind of just really easily just hover over each. Oh, that's what happened. You can just hover over each issue, and it'll just easily describe what the issue is, how to alleviate it, how much they care, basically.
Evading hostile fleet.
Oh wait, we got some news with me. Zeta, we found that first enemy. Oh, we got a new contact. Still hard to find. Keep on trying then. Oh, we found them. According to this, they're hostile. It's a frog.
That sounds right. That's probably the people that I found.
Well, I
probably-
think I found drones. I found the drones.
They're on the far side of me, so I'd be surprised.
Zeta Rulica is mine. I need to go and take care of them because they are in the issue where I need to expand.
Yeah.
Out of this spiral.
Okay, how do I fix this?
So I'm gonna send my fleet in
Ships
there. I'm
upgraded.
gonna send my fleet in there just to get rid of that. Do I want to research them? No, I just want to get them out of there because I cannot stay in the back and be trapped. Which, if you don't know my reason why, is because again, if you don't get the mere points to expand, you're screwed.